I'm one of those people who would much rather work smarter than work harder, meaning I absolutely need to map out my entire strategy before I ever start executing a new project. Funny story, I actually bought a bunch of high-end camera gear years ago. The lights, the good microphones, a fancy little setup, but then I didn't launch my channel for what felt like forever. If you've ever heard me ramble about that, you know exactly what I mean. I had all the necessary tools, but critically, I lacked a repeatable process, causing dreams to sit in boxes getting delayed. So please take this lesson from me and avoid getting stuck in that lengthy period of dithering by building a system that actually supports consistent creation. The incredible truth is that once you have a truly repeatable process, making content shifts to being almost mechanical, which makes the entire experience significantly less stressful. Over time, I successfully refined a workflow that efficiently turns just one long piece of source content into a full week or more of short clips and social posts everywhere. Today, I want to walk you through that entire system, my personal 6-step way to go from a single recording to an impressive stack of ready-to-post content. I will also point out some fantastic tools that make this entire methodology much easier, while being honest about their limitations, which is why AI is now core to my stack. First, here's the quick introduction. I'm Galen, a web designer, dedicated content creator, and proud obsessive planner who loves documenting the journey. I genuinely love sharing everything I learn while building my business, because half the fun is helping other people gracefully avoid all the incredibly dumb mistakes I made along the way. All right, enough with the preamble. Let's finally get into the meat of the matter and explore the first of the 6 crucial steps in this system. Step 1 is super fundamental, yet it's where too many aspiring creators stumble right out of the gate. You must simply record the core source content. I personally maintain a permanent setup. Camera, microphone on an articulated arm, and dedicated lights, sitting right there at my desk, always ready to go. Having that tiny dedicated recording studio always ready removes the massive friction point of having to set everything up every single time you want to create something. This simple recording habit works perfectly for virtually everything, including long YouTube videos, important webinars, live streams, podcast guest slots, or even Zoom presentations. Make sure you record absolutely everything you say, even if you feel a bit clumsy or imperfect on camera, because those casual clips are gold for future Reels and TikToks. Step 2 is the actual editing of the long-form master file, which is where you begin transforming the raw footage into something cohesive and engaging. I have relied on tools like Descript because it's fantastic for transcribing everything automatically, letting you edit the script like a regular document, and quickly adding captions. It's perfect for immediate accessibility features and for easily turning those transcripts into accompanying blog posts or detailed show notes for your audience. However, even with great transcription tools, you still need to manually hunt down every single best little moment and make countless micro clips if you want a stack of social videos. That specific time-consuming bottleneck is the perfect opportunity to bring the power of artificial intelligence directly into your video editing loop. Enter Vizard, which doesn't just transcribe. Instead, it uses sophisticated AI to analyze the entire long video and surface the exact bits that are statistically most likely to perform. It will intelligently find the punchy one-liners, the strong hook moments, and the short, viral-ready segments, compiling them into ready-to-post video clips for you. This means instead of sifting through a 30 to 60-minute file and marking every single timestamp for every clip, Vizard proactively suggests the moments that truly matter most. You can then easily tweak those AI suggestions, add a professional intro or outro card, or use templates to perfectly fit that vertical format for Instagram and TikTok. In other words, Descript is still awesome for fine-grained editing and getting clean transcripts, but Vizard completely saves you the scouting time by finding all the viral gems. Step 3 is the actual repurposing of content, which is hands down the most fun part of this entire content creation marathon you are running. I take those highlighted moments and immediately turn them into vertical reels, fun TikToks, YouTube shorts, and sometimes even just audio snippets for my private podcast feeds. You absolutely can do this all manually, creating a new composition for every clip, cropping for vertical, and adding captions, but it becomes painfully slow very fast. Thankfully, Vizard's auto-editing functionality can significantly help here by auto-generating those vertical crops and burning in stylized captions right away. I still personally like to come in and add a little bit of that essential human polish by tweaking the final captions or slightly adjusting the framing for maximum impact. I need to be honest, there are definitely other great tools that try to solve parts of this specific content repurposing problem for creators like us. For example, Repurpose.io is genuinely great at the pure distribution stage, pushing a single published video to numerous platforms automatically. Notion is absolutely fantastic for organizing every single asset and serving as a backup for all your master files, while Circle excels at community hosting and gated content. Hello Audio is a nice, clean option if you specifically need a dedicated platform for hosting and managing your private podcast feeds for subscribers. Each of those specialized tools has a clear and important role in the ecosystem, but none of them replace the intelligent step of clipping a long video into what gets traction. Repurpose will redistribute whatever you manually give it, but you still have to decide what content to distribute and ensure it's formatted correctly for each destination. The essential step that Vizard bridges is helping you intelligently create the short-form content that is actually worth redistributing across all those channels. Step 4 is dedicated to organizing all of this newly created content ensuring everything is filed away properly in one central, reliable location. I export every single asset I plan to use, the long-form master, all the tiny microclips, the specific thumbnails, and the written captions, and put them into Notion. I maintain a comprehensive content calendar within that system where every YouTube video, blog post, email, and short clip is meticulously mapped out for the month. It's important to habituate this. Having reliable cloud backups and a single source of truth makes life infinitely easier when your laptop inevitably melts down or a file gets deleted. Vizard actually helps a lot here too, because it comes with its own integrated content calendar and scheduling interface built right into the platform. Instead of just storing files, you can actually preview the generated clips, approve or edit them, set the publishing cadence, and keep everything organized in one central place. If you are already deeply in love with Notion, absolutely keep using it. But if you want a truly single workflow from clip creation right through to scheduling, Vizard cuts out the middleman. Step 5 involves the initial publication, where I usually get the long-form piece, the YouTube video, or the main podcast episode. Up and live first. After the main content is anchored, I then select just one social platform to launch the very first short clip, which for me is often TikTok because it's forgiving. I simply download that approved, perfectly formatted clip, copy over the sharp caption I already wrote, and post it there immediately as the first piece of engaging content. You can certainly post manually to every platform individually, which works, but I promise you it becomes extremely tedious and inefficient as your output grows. Tools like Repurpose are handy when your workflow is post on platform A and then automatically push that exact piece to platforms B, C, and D using their APIs. But if you want the entire pipeline automated, from the AI finding the clips, formatting them for each unique platform, and scheduling them strategically, that is squarely Vizard territory. Vizard's integrated auto-schedule feature is absolute bliss because you set how often you want shorts to go out, and the AI queues them for you automatically so you don't have to babysit post times. Step 6 is the final phase, distributing the remaining clips to all your other channels and then making sure you back up all those valuable files in multiple safe places. I strongly believe in building in redundancy, so I make sure to back up my assets in my main organization tool, a general cloud drive, and a completely separate local archive. Repurpose.io is helpful when your workflow is strictly reactive, meaning you need to push content that has already been published somewhere else online. The true strategic advantage is when a tool can both intelligently generate the best clips and push them out according to a preset distribution strategy you establish. This prevents the common pitfall of accidentally dumping a whole week's worth of new reels all at once on a single slow Tuesday morning, which kills momentum. A few real-world notes. Platforms like Circle are amazing for membership areas where you drop longer videos and slice out community-facing clips using your clipper. If you need the niche function of private podcasting, Hello Audio is a neat solution for that specific use case, but it won't create any of your necessary social media clips. And Descript remains a stellar, must-have tool whenever you need those super tight transcript-based edits or want absolute control over complex audio cleanup tasks. The sweet spot I've personally landed on involves using Descript for text-first edits, Vizard for smart clipping and scheduling, Notion for master planning, and Repurpose as a cross-post fallback. So, that is the complete system we just covered. Record everything, edit the main piece, use AI to surface the best parts, repurpose into verticals, organize, publish the anchor, then distribute the rest strategically. If you diligently follow these steps, you will absolutely be able to transform one single recording session into days of high-quality, engaging content without completely burning yourself out in the process. If you're curious about whether this system genuinely saves a significant amount of time, I can confidently tell you that it truly does save me several hours per long video. The value becomes especially obvious when you have a massive backlog of older, long-form videos, because the AI can comb through them and spit out dozens of shorts overnight automatically. When you compare this automated chained workflow to doing everything manually or even stitching together several different manual tools, it's a massive sanity-saving leap forward. If you want me to dive deeper into anything else, like exactly how I write my performance-driving captions, or the templates I use for Reels, please drop a comment below so I know what to cover next. If you have been stuck for ages with all the cool gear but still lack a solid working system, try this. Set up a permanent recording spot and let the AI do the heavy lifting of clipping. This structured approach won't magically turn you into a viral machine overnight, but it will absolutely make consistent, high-volume posting possible without eating up your entire work week. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this entire deep dive explanation of the 6-step system that powers my content machine. If you found this detailed walkthrough helpful in any way, please hit that subscribe button right now and let me know which specific step you are most curious about trying first. I look forward to seeing you dominate your content game in the very next video we produce together very soon.